Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, let me make sure my mic is good. Yeah. Yeah, we good. We good. My mic is a okay. You feel me? Appreciate everybody joining us on Rated R for reviews, man. Again, this is what we're talking about. Naked and Afraid. Yeah, we are back. Naked and Afraid. Last one standing. Shocking. A shocking takedown. I gave you guys my top seven, top five, top three last episode. And I'm not gonna lie to you, one of my top contenders that I thought would be in the top three of last one standing. Yeah, not looking too hot, man. We're about to get into it, man. I appreciate everybody joining us. Of course, hit that like button if subscribe. Of course, if you new, man. Again, this is what we do over here on Rated R for reviews. We review everything. If any, we review all movies, pretty much all TV shows, man. Again, small channel right now. We just got started. We only got a few videos up, but don't worry, man. It will grow. Okay, it will grow. One of the exciting things about this channel, obviously, is if you don't know yet, if you're new, is that you can come on the show. Just let me know, hey, I want to come on the show and give my take, and share my opinions on whatever topic that we're talking about. Obviously, right now we're talking about Naked and Afraid, last one standing. So if you are a vivid watcher of this show, you can come on the show here. Okay, you don't have to stay in the chat, you don't have to stay in the comments. You can come on the show, man. You don't have to show your face either. It doesn't matter. You can mute, you can blur out your screen. Okay, you can turn off your camera. Okay, and then you can just make sure your mic is unmuted. You know what I mean? And then you can come on the show and you can give your take on whatever we're talking about, man. You know what I mean? That's the great thing about this channel. Okay, so this is, again, if you knew, that's what this channel is about. Today we cover everything. Tomorrow we're gonna do The Last of Us. Normally it's like a group of us. Normally it's like four or five of us that come on the show, and it's a group of us. But today I'm rolling solo. Unless one of the group members end up popping up out of nowhere, then we'll see. But as of right now, I'm rolling solo. Obviously, we're talking about The Last of Us, man. I mean, no, I'm sorry, The Naked and Afraid, the last one standing. This show, I'm telling you, if you haven't watched this show, I'm telling you, man, it's one of the best shows I've seen, man. I love this show. I watch it a lot. Okay, I watch not only this one, but any of the other one. There's like 18 seasons of of just Naked and Afraid. Okay, but this particular one, the Naked and Afraid, last one standing. There's about three seasons of those, and it's getting good. It's getting good, man. So we're gonna talk about it for a little bit. It's I'm not gonna lie to you. There was particularly one thing in this episode where I was like, oh no, bro. If that was me, we'll be fighting. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to throw down, bro. The producers is gonna have to come and break us up because I'm about to swing on you. You know what I'm saying? There was one thing in this show where I was like, dude, you not gonna do nothing? I was like, dude, are you serious, bro? I would knock this. Anyway, we about to get into it, man. So appreciate everybody joining. Hey, look at the goat James in the building, aka Chris, aka let me cook this right quick. You feel me? Appreciate you showing up, man, showing some love. Goat James in the building. You know what I mean? We got Rundown Productions right there. Hey, right? Rundown Productions is the name right there, man. Appreciate you, Cuba, showing up, showing some love, man. Why you don't have you got a wrench on your other one? You don't have a wrench on this one, man. What's going on with you, man? Hey, hold on now. Let me make sure. Let me fix that. You know what I'm saying? Let me fix that, brother. You know what I mean? Hey, appreciate you showing up, showing some love. Rundown Productions right there, man. Hey, appreciate you, brother. By the way, Rundown Productions, go sub to his channel, man. The link is in the description. Go sub to the brother Rundown Productions. He does the same thing over here, man. Do movie reviews, man. You know what I'm saying? And he gets down over there, bro. So go show him some love, man. Anybody that's new that's listening, go show him some love, man. Rundown Productions, man. He does a lot of research for his channel. You know what I mean? So and he gives you a lot. He throws a lot of information at you, man. So things that you didn't even know. You know what I mean? So go make sure you go sub to him. The link is in this description of this video. Okay, click on the description, scroll down, you'll see subscribe to Rundown Productions. You see his channel link right there. Click on it, man. Go give him a like, go give him a sub, go show him some love. So anyway, so here we go, man. I'm gonna throw the picture up there at y'all. Naked and Afraid, right here. Naked and Afraid, last one standing. Okay, now again, I told y'all, man, I had my top, okay, my top seven, top five, top three on the list. Okay, now here, let me start. I'm gonna run over the what happened in this second episode. Okay, it started off. I mean, bro, it started off like oh my god, like it was just amazing the way they started off they started off with a challenge. It was amazing. I was like I was excited from beginning to end when it comes down to this show. I was excited right from the beginning because it started off with Matt. Okay, with Matt. Look at your screen. Matt in the second row, all the way to the right. Okay, Matt and Trent. Trent was the guy on the bottom, your bottom left. That's Trent. It started off with them two. Okay, it also started off with Kayla at the bottom of your screen. Kayla and Trish at the top. Okay, both of those. Okay, all four of those contestants were in a challenge right from the beginning of the show. So in this challenge, what they had to do was they had a brush a line of brushweed, right? They had to set it on fire. Okay, they had to make fire, set it on fire, right? And then they had to race that the fire had to go all the way into this other weed of brush that was on like a stilt or something like that, right? So they had to do all that. Okay, and the first one, of course, that lights their stilt, ends up winning, right? Their haystack ends up winning, right? Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you don't remember, okay, if you don't remember what happened in the last episode, right? Matt ended up burning his hand. He ended up burning like it was like right here. If I can show you, it was like right here. He ended up burning his thumb. His thumb was like, bro, his thumb was like this, right? And then right here on his hand, it was like a big old freaking bubble because he burnt his hand from the last challenge that he did, right? So pretty much Matt is only working with like one hand, right? This now again, I told y'all, this is the goat. Okay, this is the GOAT. Matt right here on your screen right now. Okay, the second row, bottom right, he's the GOAT. Okay, now again, he's working with one hand here, right? So what he does, and it's funny. See, Matt's smart, man. You gotta give. I gotta give. Hey, Matt's smart, bro. So this is what Matt did, right? He freaking took. He set his hay straight line. He set his hay on fire, right? So his fire is again. His fire has to keep going, right? He has to keep going until it gets to this. It's about I want to say the line of haze. It's like the brush fire is like I want to say like maybe like 15 yards. It's not that long, right? About 15 yards of line that your fire has to go and travel, right? Until this freaking like teepee of haystacks, right? And set it on fire, right? So what Matt did is he set his thing on fire, right? His haystacks on fire, right? It's going. And what he did, smart man, right? See, the other guy, then Trent, what is his name? Trent? Let me see. Hold on. What's his name? Trent, yeah, Trent. He didn't think about this, right? See, Matt smart. See, what Matt did was because just Trent got his fire first. Trent was like, oh, he about to meet Matt, right? He got his fire first, and his fire was going. He was watching it, and so when Matt got his fire going, Matt took like a little cloth, right? Took a cloth and just started sweeping the fire. He started sweeping the fire forward and brushing the fire forward. So now the fire is moving faster, right? And then Trent saw that and was like, oh damn, that's a good idea. So then he got a cloth and started doing the same thing. So both guys is doing it. And so I'm not gonna lie to you. This challenge, bro, came down to the wire. Okay, it was because both flames was like neck and neck. I mean, it was like neck and neck, and like Matt and Trent was just battling, bro. And then finally they got to the end, and from what we saw both of their haystacks set on fire. It was like it was like just quick, right? And so I didn't know who won. I was like, oh crap, did Matt lose? Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. If Matt would have lost, I would have stopped watching. I'm done. I don't want to watch no more. Matt is the GOAT. I'm not, bro. What? I'm not watching no more if Matt's gone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, 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 it was so close that the producers had to go to the replay and actually see who won. And so, obviously, they went to the replay and saw that Matt's flame ignited. His little teepee of haystack ignited like 1 second before Trent. It was that close. That close. Bro, I was like, oh man, what a way to start the show. What a way to start the show. I was like, oh, bravo. Hey, I love the show, man. What a way to start the show. So Matt ends up winning. Trent was the one that ends up going home. Sorry, Trent, man, you're done. You're done, bro. Sorry about that. So that was the guys, right? Now for the females, okay. The females, it was competing was Kayla and Trish. Now remember, I told y'all that when it came down to Kayla, I wasn't too fond of her. She doesn't stand out. You know what I mean? She doesn't stand out to me. Okay, so Trish, I told you guys last episode. Trish, to me, she 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 was better than Kayla, and of course, it showed in this challenge right here. Trish pretty much dominated Kayla. I don't even think it was close. Like Kayla, I think for a long time, Kayla was struggling just to get her fire started, just to start. And Trish was just already got her fire started, man, and she was just on her way. It wasn't even close. You know what I mean? So Trish ended up beating Kayla, and so Kayla is now eliminated. She's gone, and Trent is gone. Okay, so now now that is over. Okay. Hold on. What he say? Goat James. He say, "Is that gear stealing guy still there?" Hey, Goat James. I'm about to get to. I'm about to get to it, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Something happened. Okay, that the guy you talking about is Patrick at the top of your screen. Patrick, right there. Okay, the top row. Patrick, that's the guy you talking about. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That guy did something in this episode. I'm telling you right now, bro. We would have been fighting. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm telling you, the producers would have had to come break us up, bro, because I'm not getting punked. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting punked, right? You know what I mean? So anyway, something happened in this episode. I'm about to get to it, man. I'm about to get to it. So and then, so look, so this is how it went down, right? So this is how it went down, right? So after that, now what happens is the winner got to get put into a group, right? Because remember, they already had their groups. Okay, they already had before this challenge that the four people did, they already had groups. So like if I go back to the screen right quick, okay, that the group, if I know it's very, very difficult if you're new, especially and you haven't watched the show, it's very, very difficult to follow. But in one group, you have Jermaine, Cheney, and Patrick. Those three up at the top, those are in a group. Okay. The next group, okay, is Kayla, Kai, and Darren. Okay. I know it's very difficult. Follow me here. Follow me. Okay. And then the next group. Now, here's the thing. The other group was Jamie and Suzanne. And then the other group was Laura and Max. Now, because the other groups only had the group of two, the two people that won in the challenge, which was Matt and Trish, they had to be implemented into the groups that only had two, right? So they put Matt with Laura and Max, and they put Trish with Suzanne and Jamie. Okay. Now, not gonna lie to you, I told y'all last episode, okay, that the second row, the whole second row was all just all stars. Okay, the whole second row was all stars. I told you, any one of them, I don't see any one of them losing. Like they're gonna be in the top three, right? And I told you guys that last episode. So Laura, Max, Kai, and Matt, those four, I was like, yeah, they're probably going to be in the top three, right? Now, and it's funny because they put Laura and Max and Matt all in the same group. I was like, oh no. Once they did that, I was like, oh, bro, that group's gonna win a lot of challenges, bro. Who's beating that group? You're not gonna win a lot when you have three of the all stars on one team. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why I was like, oh no, that's too easy. So they put Trish. Now here's the problem. This is the funny part. Go James. He say, "Hey, what? It's on Netflix? No, it's on Discovery Channel, my brother." He says it's on Netflix. It's on the Discovery Channel, okay? And I watch it on Spectrum. That's where I watch it on. But it comes on Discovery Channel, okay? Just to let you know, my brother. Appreciate you. But so this is the problem. This group right here of Trish, Jamie, and Suzanne, I'm telling you right now, that is the drama group. Okay, that's the drama group, y'all. And look, as soon as Trish, okay, this is the funny part. As soon as Trish got to the group where Jamie and Suzanne was at, they now again they do like little small interviews, right? They do little small interviews of one-on-one type of interviews, and they'll and it's not it's away from the group. It's away from everybody. Then they do like little one-on-ones, right? And so when they did a little one-on-one for Suzanne, right? As soon as Suzanne heard that Trish was gonna be in her group, Suzanne was already like, "Oh hell no." I was confused. I was like, "Wait, why you don't like Trish? Trish, you know?" But Suzanne explained that she don't like Trish because of what she's seen and what she has heard on previous episodes of Naked and Afraid, right? So she didn't like Trish just because of that reason alone. Like, you know what I mean? She's seen how like she's kind of a drama starter. She's seen how she's kind of a, a problem person, right? And so she's so Suzanne and don't really like Trish. And so when Trish got there, they interviewed Trish one on one. Same deal. She don't like Suzanne. She said the same thing. So I'm like, oh man, this about to be problems. And sure enough, throughout this whole episode, man, they have internal problems amongst each other, bro. It's not even with another group. They have internal problems. And just funny because Jamie, right here on the bottom of your screen, Jamie is part of that group, and he's just like, look, I don't know what the hell's going on with them, but they they fighting amongst each other. So Suzanne and Trish, they don't get along, and in this type of competing, you gotta compete as a group. You can't just do every once in a while they'll do an individual challenge. They'll throw individual in there, and then it's now just one-on-one free for all. But for the most part, when you're in a group and you have to complete a challenge, you have to complete it as a group. And if you're fighting amongst each other, you're not gonna win a lot. You know what I mean? So, that group right there, man. Yeah, not looking good. Okay, so the group of Trish, Suzanne, and Jamie, not looking good for them. Okay, they're probably not gonna win a lot of challenges just because they fighting amongst each other. All right, so so don't look for them to win a lot of challenges. Okay, Laura, Max, and Matt, of course, they're gonna win a lot of challenges. Obviously, I'm gonna go over a challenge that they did in this episode. I'm gonna go over that. The other one, Jermaine, Cheney, and Patrick at the top of your screen. Jermaine, Cheney, and Patrick. Yeah, those, they're not okay. Let me say this: they don't have the all stars on their team, but I'm not gonna lie, they're probably the most hated group. I would say, in my opinion, I think they're the most hated group so far right now. It's mainly because of Patrick. I'm sorry, bro. Patrick is just. I get it. It's a competition, man, but you you can't be starting problems and stealing stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna get to that in a minute, man. So I think for right now, in my opinion, though, they're the most hated group, man. The other one, Kayla, Kai, and Darren. That group is good mainly because of Kai and Darren. Kayla's decent. Kayla. Kayla is like an undercover, really good survivalist, but she's undercover. She doesn't stand out like the goats and like the all stars, but she's really good. You know what I mean? She's like, you know what she is in basketball terms. She's like a really, really good role player, like like somebody that you really want to have on your team. You know what I mean? The undercover, really, really good role player. That's what she is, right? So that group right there, and I'm gonna tell you, Kayla, Kai, and Darren. That group is really, really good. The problem, and I said this when I watched the show, right? And even when they did some challenges, the problem with that group is that they're really good at crafting. Like, so whatever challenge the show throws at them, they'll be like, so like, for example, I'm gonna tell you about the challenge they just did in the show, right? There was a challenge they did in the show, okay, where they had there was it was three caches. They call them caches, okay? It's CACHES, something like that, caches, right? Now there was three of them. One of them you had to run to a certain spot. Another one was another spot. Another one was another spot way over there, right? And you start off at a certain point. So you got three different ways you can go, right? In one direction, there was a rope. Okay. If you win that challenge, you get the rope. In another direction, okay, there was like a cloth, it was a huge like moose type of cloth, right? A skin. Picture a skinned moose of just fur. Okay, not gonna lie to you, that stuff comes in handy at night. Okay, it gets really really cold at night, and you're naked. Okay, you're naked. So if you're sleeping in the cold naked, you got no blankets, there's no pillows, there's no nothing, right? So that moose of a cloth keeps you warm, right? And that comes in handy, right? So you have the rope, you have the moose cloth, and in the other direction, you got the bow and arrow. Okay, the bow and arrow is the other one, right? Now, this is this. I'm gonna show you the reason why the groups that I described. Okay, it showed in this show, man. It was amazing. So this is what happened. Now you have your group. You can send anybody you want to these three different locations. Okay. Now this is what happened. The group. I'm gonna put it on your screen. The group of Trish, okay, Jamie and Suzanne. That group right there. Okay. They had Jamie go to the spot where you can win the moose fur. Suzanne and Trish went to the spot where you can get the rope. Well, again, like I told you guys, that's the drama group. Okay, that group is not going to win a lot of challenges, man. I'm telling you, because they fight amongst each other so much that they can't get anything done. Again, not Jamie. Jamie's the one staying out of it. It's mainly Suzanne and Trish. Those two just don't get along, and it's funny because Suzanne doesn't like Trish, but it's hilarious because Trish she only doesn't like Trish from what she saw Trish do in other episodes, but Trish hasn't done anything to Suzanne. So I'm like, okay, Suzanne, I get it that you don't like Trish because of what you've seen in other episodes, but she ain't done nothing to you. What has she done to you personally? Nothing. So you not liking her because what? Because of what you saw? She Give her a chance. She didn't want to give her a chance, right? And it's hilarious because she's over here trusting other people like Jamie, just like I told you guys in the last episode. Okay, Jamie was the one that was thinking about getting over on people. Jamie was the one that was thinking, I think I'm gonna get over on this person, blah blah. And Suzanne's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna trust this person, not no. And I'm like, Suzanne, what the hell? You don't like Trish because of something, but and you trust Jamie. Jamie's the one that's trying to get over on you, but you don't like. She all effed up, and then she ended up trusting what's the other person? Let me hold on. Go back to this list. Suzanne ended up trusting Jermaine at the near the middle of the show. Jermaine was fishing in a fishing hole, right, and captured a whole bunch of fish, right, and 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 Jermaine was like, hey, I think you should go fish at this other fishing spot right here. Jermaine is smart. Jermaine, why would Jermaine? This is a competition. Why would Jermaine tell another group where all the fish is at? Makes no sense, right? So Jermaine just captured all these fish, and then when he went back to go get some more freaking bait, he saw the group of Suzanne's coming, and he said, "Oh, hey, Suzanne, hey, yeah, the all the fish, yeah, they over there. That's where they all at." So Suzanne was like, "Oh, thank you so much. You're so kind." Oh, he's lying to you. Brain dead, duh, right? So they go over there, and Suzanne is just like trying to fish, not getting no fish. Jermaine went back to his spot, started getting all the fish. Suzanne, you trusting everybody that's trying to get over on you, except the person in your group, which is Trish, and she ain't did nothing to you yet. Suzanne is just all off. She off today. I don't know what's going on with her, but she is just off. Okay. So anyway, that I had to throw that out there, man. It was just bad. Anyway, so let me go back to this challenge, right? So so Suzanne and Trish went to the challenge where they can get the rope, right? Um, and then of course you had other people went to the challenge. I think Darren and Darren and Kayla also went to go get the rope. Okay. And Patrick went by himself. Patrick went by himself. Okay. Now, Cheney and Jermaine, they're also in the group, right? Cheney and Jermaine went to go get the spot where you can go get the moose fur, right? And then who else? It was Kai. Kai also went to go get the moose fur. Okay. And then Max. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Max. Max was the only one that went to go get the bow. Now, again, I told you guys there's three different spots. Okay, one of them is a bow and arrow. The other spot is a moose fur. The other spot is a rope. Okay, three different spots, right? Max was the only one that went to the rope. I mean, to the bow and arrow. So you had Max just going by himself. Max was running. Max was running to the bow and arrow because again, this is a challenge. The first one to get it, they get it, right? You know what I mean? So Max was running. He gets to the spot and he's like, "Where's everybody at?" There was nobody there. Nobody went to go get the bow and arrow. So Max was just like, well, damn, I guess I'm just chilling. I could take my time and do whatever challenge I got to get the bow. So in order to get the bow down, the bow was like really really high in the tree, and it was wrapped into in some like really really thick spider webs, right? And they said if you get bit by one of these spiders, bro, that's like venom. It's like venomous. Okay, it's poison spider, right? So if you get bit by one of these spiders, bro, you're gonna be down for the count for like 24 hours. They gotta freaking give you some freaking like a shot or something like that because it goes into your veins, right? And it makes you all sweaty and swell up. You know what I mean? So the only way to get this bow and arrow down is you gotta burn it, right? But it's in the high end of the tree. So what you gotta do is you gotta build a ladder. Okay, build a ladder out of sticks. Okay, sticks, right? Build a ladder. Okay, and it has to be able to hold you. Okay, hold your weight, right? And then you got to build a tiki torch. Okay, light it on fire. All right, climb up that ladder, and then set it on fire. Okay, and burn up all the freaking webs. Okay, and then the bow and arrow drops. Yeah, difficult. Again, let me let y'all know, okay? It's easy to look at this and watch this, right? And be like, oh, okay, that's not bad. It's easy to watch it when you're freaking sitting on your couch, okay, full belly, because you just ate, some pasta, right? In the air conditioned house, and you good, bro. It's 112 degrees out there. 112 degrees. You're naked, okay? You haven't eaten in days. The only thing you've been eating is I don't even maybe a fish. And again, it's a group of three. So you got one fish, you got to split it three ways. Okay. And again, look at this. Hold on. Nice cold. You see the drips, the water coming off that nice cold water drips. Yeah, yeah, that's what I got. They don't got that. They water is hot as hell. They gotta boil their water in 112-degree heat and drink that. Okay, you gotta boil because again, you can't just drink water like that. You gotta put the water in a pot, boil it. Okay, you gotta boil it, right? And then you gotta wait for it to cool down so you can drink it. Again, watching this, it's easy to be like, oh yeah, that's easy. I could do that. Yeah, okay. When you out there, that stuff ain't that easy no more. You know what I mean? So he had to build a ladder, again, tiki torch, light it on fire, get up there and get the bow and arrow, right? Again, I'm gonna come back to Max in a minute. Back to the fur. When you get the moose fur, right? What you had to do for that challenge, in order to get the moose fur, what you had to do for that challenge is you had to build like a kind of a bowl, but it was like you had to build. It's very difficult, man. You had to build a bowl out of like leaves, sticks, okay, some cloth, whatever you can find. Okay, blend it all together. Run to the lake. There's a little river right there, right? Scoop some water up. Okay, run back to your spot, which is about like 20, 30 yards. Okay, go back and fill up this pot of water. Okay, now the pot is like try to think of the pot. It's pretty deep. Okay, I think it's pretty deep pot, right? It took. I'm gonna tell you, Kai went by herself. Again, Kai is really really good, but she went by herself. In order to fill this pot with water, not gonna lie to you, man, you need multiple people, and it showed because Jermaine and Cheney they went to the spot where they can build water. And you know what's the messed up part about this challenge was that they had to put they had to. I know this sounds gross. If you're eating, press pause. Okay, fast forward 5 seconds. All right. If you're eating, press pause. Fast forward 5 seconds. They had to put bull. Okay, like a bull manure all over their body because for some reason bull manure it helps from the sun, so you won't get all these. You won't get sunburn. Why is that? I don't know. Okay, but hey, that's what they said. So they had to go to the bull maneuver manure and put bull crap all over their body first, and then go do the challenge. Yeah, gross. I know. Gross. Okay. What up? What up, H Davis? I see you. Hey, appreciate you showing up, showing some love, bro. I see you. And shout out to my wife, always showing up, showing some love. They don't understand Jamie though. Yeah, yeah, they don't. Yeah, Jamie. Look, Jamie got some. He got he got deeper intentions on what he wants to do. He just ain't put it out there yet. On he don't. That's why everybody no nobody knows the intentions of Jamie yet because he only said it on a solo one-on-one to the camera on what he plans on doing, right? But nobody really knows about Jamie yet. Jamie is still he's still safe in a lot of people's eyes right now. So, but yeah. So anyway, so going back, all right. Needless to say, the bull fur. Yeah, Kai didn't win that. Kai was by herself. She crafted her bowl really really well, right? But it's only one of her. You know what I mean? And if you got to fill this pot up with water, it helps when you got two or three people because you can keep going back and forth like this, right? When you can keep going back and forth like this, it's you can fill the bowl up faster. When it's only one of you, you fill it up, you got to go back, you fill it up, you got to go back, you scoop it. It's gonna take too long. So Kai lost. Okay. Cheney and Jermaine won the bull fur, right? Now, after you win a challenge, you can go to the other spot and help out your teammate, right? I I didn't normally they didn't do that last episode. You couldn't go help out a teammate. But this episode they're allowing them to do that. Cool, no problem, right? So Cheney and Jermaine went to go help out Patrick. Now, Patrick, okay, this is Patrick. Let me put that back on the screen. Pat at the top of your screen right there. Patrick, okay. I just saw I just saw what what Cuba said. Everything and you don't see nothing. You don't see nothing, man. You just it's all blurred out, man. So Patrick was by himself, right? Now Patrick think he's smart, right? So what Patrick did, he's over there trying to get the rope, right? So in order to get the rope, I got to tell you this challenge because I told you the other two, the bow and arrow. I told you got to build a ladder, build a tiki torch, burn it out of the tree, right? The other one was the bull fur, right? You got that, okay? I got that challenge. In order to get the rope challenge is that you're on a cliff, like it's not that far. The cliff it's not a cliff. I'll say, yeah, whatever. It's higher. You're on a higher ground, should I say, higher ground than the rope. The rope is down here. You're up here. And it's a hole at the top, right? Little hole at the top where you can barely stick your arm in there, right? That's how big it is. You can barely stick your arm in there. That's how big the hole is, right? So what you had to do what you had to build like a rope of your own out of vine, right? So you had to twist the vine, twist it, make it real, real long type of vine, right? And then tie it to a pretty thick stick, right? And the stick had to have a hook on it. It has to have a hook. So it has to be like this. You have the stick, and the stick has to have a hook on it, right? Tie it, tie your vine there, okay? Then you have to lower it down through that hole, right? Grip the rope, okay? Grip the rope and then pull it up, right? Now it has to be thick. The reason being is because the rope is kind of tied to like a log. Not a real big log, but it's kind of a hefty log like this, right? It's kind of, so it's kind of heavy, right? So you need a thick stick. Patrick thought he was slick. So Patrick was like, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this rope. So Patrick is winding. He's blending. He's tying his vine together. He put it on the stick, right? And he ran over there. He was the first one. He ran over there. Boom. He was like, he put his put his arm into the hole, and he was gripping it. He was gripping it, and he was like, and he started yelling, right? He was like, yeah, yeah, I got it. Matt, see, this is why Matt and Laura, all stars, right? Matt and Laura, all stars. Okay. Soon as Matt and Laura saw what Patrick his vine looked like, it was super thin, right? Soon as Matt and Laura saw his vine, they were like, "Oh, he's not gonna get it. His vine is too thin. It's too thin. That's not gonna hold." Right. So Matt and Laura still working on their stuff. They and Patrick over there yelling, yeah, 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 right. And Matt is just shaking his head like he don't got it. He don't got it. So Matt and Laura are still doing their thing. They working on their vine. They finally get their thick, nice little stick with the hook on it, right? And then of course Patrick is like, oh crap. And so, soon as he said, "Oh crap," his freaking his vine ended up it was too thin, so it didn't work. Right? Soon as he said, "Oh crap," he had to go back to go get another freaking like thicker vine. Right? Soon as he left the hole, here comes Matt and Laura with their thing with their thick freaking vine and their stick. They put it through the hole. Sure enough, there you go. They end up getting the rope. Matt and Laura, I told y'all, man, Matt and Laura, all stars, bro. Again, Matt, Laura, and Max, you're not gonna beat that team a lot, bro. So anyway, again, once that challenge was done, Matt, Laura got the rope. Okay, they end up leaving. Okay, and to go help their other teammate, which was Max, who was already working on trying to get the bow and arrow out the tree. Right now, everybody, because once the item is gone, that's it, right? So the whole freaking all the contestants ran to the bow and arrow. So now you got all the contestants there trying to get this bow and arrow, right? Here's the problem. Max was the only one there and he was already working. So Max's ladder that he was building is pretty much almost done. So when Laura and Matt came in, they were like, Max, you pretty much done. What you need us to do? Max was like, look, all we need is a tiki torch. Matt, you help me finish this ladder. Laura, build the tiki torch, light it on fire. We're gonna go get this bow and arrow like that. Everybody else was starting from scratch. Everybody else was trying to scrap around, trying to go get their materials to try to build this ladder. Well, Max was already almost done. So Max was like, hey Matt, help me out right quick. Boom, 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 boom. Got it. Put the ladder on the freaking tree. Laura, she working quick. She light the freaking torch on fire, man. And now here's the thing. Laura had to be because Laura was the tiniest one, right? Way the less. So she had to be the one to climb the ladder. Sure enough, they climb the ladder, man. End up freaking torching the freaking the spider webs to get the bow and arrow. And then sure enough, boom, that's it. You know, they got the bow and arrow with ease, easy money, right? So Laura, Matt, and Max. Let me put that back on your screen. Laura, Max, and Matt, okay, got two items. They got the rope and they got the bow and arrow. Okay. I told y'all, man, those those contestants, bro, they are the all-stars. You're not gonna beat that team a lot. I told y'all from the beginning, bro. That team right there, man, you're not gonna beat them a lot. There's this there's just it's the team is just too good. They're just too good, bro. So that team ended up getting two items. Okay. The team of Jermaine, Cheney, and Patrick, they got uh they got one item, and then Kyla, Kai, Darren didn't get any items. Jamie, Suzanne, Trish, they didn't get no items either. So that was a challenge. Now, this wasn't a elimination challenge. Okay, this was just a challenge just to get uh some more materials to help you out in future challenges. That's all it was. Now, after that day was done, okay, moving on, all right, to the nighttime. That night, there was a person, there was a person who was feeling pain in her abdomen, all right, and that was Kai. Kai was feeling some pain in her abdomen, and she didn't know why at first. She was like, why am I feeling a little pain, right? Just a little bit, and it was swelling up a little bit. It was swelling, I'm sorry, it was swelling up. That's what it was, right? And so what it is, let me tell you guys. So what it is this, and I told y'all in the last episode, doesn't matter how good you are when it comes down to this type of challenge, when this type of all these contestants coming together. When it comes down to this, it doesn't matter how good you are. Sometimes, and what it matters is you may just get medically tapped out because something happened to you, right? Well, sure enough, there was something happened to Kai where her abdomen started swelling up, and So they called the medic out. The medic came out and said, "Yeah, your abdomen is really swelling. It's we don't know what's going on, but we're gonna give you another day just to see if the swelling goes down." And they asked her if there's a lot of pain. She said no, it wasn't a lot of pain, but they're gonna give her another day, right? Well, sure enough, they gave her another day, man, and she started getting some pain, and she had to get medically tapped out. Now, the reason why Kai was feeling pain was because I didn't know this, but she had recent surgery uh, on her abdomen, and so I guess she thought, you know what, I'm gonna go out there and try to win this $100,000 anyway. But because of her recent surgery that she had on her abdomen, all these challenges and running around and things like that, man. Yeah, she couldn't take it. Her body couldn't take it, so her abdomen started swelling up, and yeah, she had to get medically tapped out. So unfortunately, Kai is no more, man. Kai is eliminated. Well, I don't want to say eliminated, but she's medically tapped out, man. Not gonna lie to you, I had her top three. I told y'all, man, Kai is one of the goats. I told y'all that middle row right there of Laura, Max, Kai, and Matt. That middle row of they're just all stars. And so I had Kai as one of my top three. And I told you guys last stream. I told you guys I don't see none of those contestants are gonna tap out. Like they're just mentally just like, oh man, I just can't do it, man. I'm done. None of them are gonna do that. The only way they're going to leave is if they get eliminated or medically tapped out. And as far as elimination goes, not gonna lie to you, I don't see them getting eliminated a lot in these challenges, bro. So that's why I said they're going to be in the top three unless they get medically tapped out, and that's what happened to Kai. So unfortunately, man, Kai is gone. Damn, that sucks. That sucks. Kai and Matt was one of the ones that they interviewed Matt one on one, and Matt was one of the ones that said it sucks because she was one of the better ones that he really wanted to compete against. Matt is a competitor. You know what I mean, and so he really wanted to compete with Kai, and because he knows how good Kai is. You know what I mean. So sucks that Kai's gone. Kai's from Australia, and they're in the Australian desert, man. And so, yeah, I had her going pretty far. So sucks for Kai, man. But anyway, so that's that. That happened to Kai. She's gone, man. So moving on. Now this is where it gets interesting. Now I told you guys a shocking takedown. That was a shocking takedown. Was Kai? I put that in the title. This is where, not gonna lie to you, I'm telling y'all, if it were me, we would have been fighting. I'm sorry, bro. You're not gonna punk me, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're not punking me, bro. And I was funny. And I was watching this with my wife, and I was like, hold on, he just did what? And I was like, wait, you ain't doing nothing? I was like, oh hell no, bro. We would have been thrown down. You tripping? Like, so let me tell y'all what happened. Okay, this is what happened. Remember I told y'all Patrick at the top. See, you see Patrick, right? Patrick at the top. I told you he's a snake. Okay, he's a snake that likes to steal. All right. Now this is what happened. Jamie, Suzanne, and Trish were all in the group, and they're chilling at their campsite. Okay. Now their campsite was near like a kind of like a river. Okay, and they had fishing lines to catch some fish. Okay, in the river where their campsite is at. Right. And so Patrick decides I'm gonna go over there and to the group and see what they're up against, right? See what they're up to. So Patrick goes, starts walking to their campsite. Okay, their campsites are not that far apart. They're about, I want to say, about like about 70 yards away, something like that, maybe 100 yards away. It's not that far, right? They all know where each other's at. Okay, so Patrick starts walking towards their camp, and as soon as Jamie seen Patrick coming, Jamie knows Patrick. He wants to steal. So Jamie decides, oh crap, let me go, guard my stuff. Let me go guard my materials, right? So I'm telling y'all, bro, we would have been fighting. I'm telling y'all, man. So Jamie's over there. He's walking right towards Patrick. Right. Patrick is over there, trying to just chill. He's scoping out the area to see where their stuff is at, what he can steal. Right. And Jamie, he's noticing this. Right. He's noticing his eyes are wandering. Right. So Jamie is like, he's looking, and so Jamie is like, he just straight up was like, "Hey, Patrick, man, what you here to steal, man? Because you ain't about to steal nothing. We ain't got nothing, blah blah." And Patrick was like, "I know, I'm gonna steal something. I'm gonna steal something." And I'm like, "Hold on. First of all, we are at my camp. Anything around here is mine. You ain't about to steal nothing. Stealing, again, stealing is when I leave something unattended, okay, unattended, and I leave, and then you come behind and steal it. If I'm there and I'm watching my stuff, and then you come take it, that's not stealing, bro. I'm there. You're not about to come in my camp and take anything I got or anything I own, or else we fighting. That's it. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So Patrick, he goes over to the camp. He's scoping the area, right? He's scoping. He's scoping. Jamie's over there. He decides he thought he was smart, right? He decides, okay, I got my fishing lines over there. I'm talking to Patrick here. I'm gonna lead him this way because Patrick's already looking at it, right? Patrick was like, I think he got some fishing lines over there. And so Jamie's like, nah, yeah, we're trying to catch some fish, that way. And Patrick's like, oh yeah, that don't make no sense. Why would you try to catch fish this way when I know that the good fishing hole is this way? So Patrick was like, "Oh, okay, fishing, your fishing lines, you get some fish over there, huh? Oh, okay, that's nice." And he starts walking towards where he thinks their fishing line is, right? And Jamie's looking at him like, "Crap, it didn't work." And then so Patrick just rolls over there, and he's all like, "Oh yeah, look at fishing lines," and he starts taking their fishing lines that was pretty much on their camp. Bro, it's right there. It's right there on their freaking camp in the river. And he's just decided, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take these lines that you got set up to try to catch some fish. I'm going to take it. And Jamie just sat, bro, he just sat there. He sat there and was like, crap, he took my stuff. No, what you mean? Hell no, bro. Bro. There's no way I would have been like, oh hell no, Patrick, no, get away. I would have went over there, pushed the hell out of him into that damn river, and we would have been fighting. You're not about to steal. You're not about to take my fishing line, bro. That I got set up to catch some damn fish on my fishing site, on my camp. It's right here in my camp. No, that's not happening, bro. That's not happening. That's not stealing. You're just taking it, and I'm not about to let you just take my stuff. It's at my camp. I'm watching. I'm looking at it right now. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. So anyway, Jamie just sat there with his hands on his hips and just watched Patrick just steal his fishing lines out of the river that he was trying to catch some fish with. And then he took it. Blew my mind. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Jamie, you're not going to do nothing? I, wow. Nobody did nothing. Jamie, Suzanne, Trish, nobody did nothing. I was like, oh hell no. We would have been fighting, bro. I'm sorry. You're not about to. No, it's not happening. So anyway, Patrick just he's all and he's all in the camera, screaming, yeah, yeah. He got the fishing lines on his hands, and he's like, yeah, I got the fishing lines, right? I'm like, oh, this guy, bro, you got to be kidding me. Patrick said he's gonna steal some stuff, bro. Honestly, that's not stealing to me. That's just taking it. And Jamie just let him take it, bro. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh hell no, I can't do it, bro. So hey, go James. I feel you, bro. He said 100 grand. He said, oh hell no, man, it better be a million for all this. Hey, you ain't lying, bro. I'm not. And look at here. See, people like me and you, we wouldn't be doing none of this stuff if it wasn't for no $1 million. You know what I'm saying? But I think for them, it's more of a challenge. You know what I mean? They want the money, but because they do this for a living, I mean they do this all the time. This is what they do. They're survivalists. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them, bro. I told you in the last episode, right? Laura, bro, she lives in a cave for the past 15 years. Like who does that? You live in a cave. Who does that? That's what she does. So some of these people, I don't think they do it for the money, but it's not for the money. It's more for just the challenge. Like can you actually do this? You know what I mean? I think that's what it's for, man. But yeah, for me and you, yeah, I ain't doing that for no 100 grand, bro. You got to give me at least 5 million. You know what I mean? Real talk. You feel me? But yeah, man. So so anyway, so anyway, that went down, bro. And I was just it blew my mind, bro, that Jamie just let him do that, man. I was shocked. Anyway, so after that, um, they had another they had another day go by. Uh, Actually about a half a day go by or whatever. Right about a day go by. It was through the night. Another day popped up, right? And so Cheney again, I told you guys, Cheney, Patrick, and Jermaine are all in a group. Okay, so Patrick was the one that stole the fishing lines, right? So Cheney and Jermaine, they're this is why I say they're probably the most hated group out of all of them. Cheney and Jermaine are not they didn't agree with what Patrick did, but it is a competition, and they're like, well, you know, we got the fishing lines, you might as well use them. You know what I mean? I don't agree. Like they said, I don't agree with what they did, well, with what Patrick did, but it's here. I'm trying. I mean, I gotta eat. I'm hungry, right? So we might as well use them, right? Now, remember I told y'all, Max and Matt, they don't like drama. Okay, so Max, Matt, and Laura, that group right there, does not like Patrick at all. And they interviewed Matt one on one, and Matt was like, "What Patrick just did right there is not that's not competition. You're not beat if you gotta beat and two different mindsets, right? Because in Matt's eyes, Matt is saying if you gotta steal and cheat to beat somebody, then you're not really who are you beating? You're not that's not a real competitor in Matt's eyes, right? But in Jermaine's eyes, they interviewed Jermaine one on one, and Jermaine said, "Well, if you're not stealing, you're not trying." Right? So it's two different mindsets. You know what I mean? So in Matt's eyes, Matt wants to win fair and square. He wants to beat you fair and square. He don't want no excuses. He want to beat you fair and square. And in Jermaine and Patrick's eyes, they're like, "Hey, if you ain't stealing, you ain't trying." You know what I mean? So two different mindsets, two different competitors, two different mindsets. That's just how it goes, man. So anyway, the next day, right? Patrick went off and do his own thing, probably go steal some more stuff. Jermaine and Cheney decided, you know what? We know that Matt is really, really good with the bow and arrow. Okay. And that group of Matt, Laura, and Max have two, count them, two bow and arrows. Okay. So eventually they're going to score on some type of meat. They're gonna, bro, Matt. I told y'all how good Matt was with the bow and arrow. He's gonna hit something. I don't know if what it is. It's gonna be a pig, a warthog, a freaking bull, a deer, whatever it is. He gonna hit it. Wow. Okay. He gonna snap his and they gonna get some meat, right? So Jermaine and Cheney decide, you know what? Eventually they're gonna score on some meat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like a little, not a trade, but a little like, hey, we'll give you this if you give us this, right? So what Jermaine and Cheney when they went to Matt's group, and Jermaine said, hey, we're gonna go fish and get some fish. Would you guys? We'll love to have you guys over for dinner, right? And so Matt was like, no, I'm sorry, Laura. Laura was already thinking like, okay, obviously you're inviting us over for dinner and you want something in return, obviously, right? And Matt pretty much spoke up for the whole group and said, no thanks. Matt did Matt didn't wait for he didn't wait for nobody else to answer in his group. He already turned them down. He was like, "No thanks. I'm not. I don't." He said, "There's something." He said pretty much he was like, "Look, I'm sorry, but there's something about eating a fish from a stolen fish line. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't. I'm out. I can't swing that way. I'm sorry." And he told him, "I don't know how you guys personally how you guys can from eat from a stolen fish line. You you're a guy in your group stole a fish line, and you're gonna be like, oh, okay, well here we go. And Matt's like, I can't do that. That's not me. As much as as hungry as I am, and I'm starving. I haven't eaten in days. I am starving right now. I would love some fish, but I'm not going to lower myself and eat from a stolen fish line. I'm not doing that. And so Matt said, I'm out. And the rest of his group, Laura and Max, they agree with it. They were like, yeah, we good. And so here's the thing with Matt, I would say it's easy for him to say, yeah, I'm out. I don't want to do that. Because Matt knows he's good with the bow and arrow. Eventually, he's going to hit something and get some meat. Like, come on, bro. We all know that. Matt, bro, hold on. The very next day, Matt went hunting with his bow and arrow, right, and almost killed a pig. Now, here's the thing: he didn't kill one because he didn't know that the pigs, they wake up real early. You know what I mean? And so when he went hunting, he was like, "Oh man, these pigs they wake up pretty early." So he said, "Okay, don't worry about it. I got you." The very next day, I'm gonna wake up earlier and I'm gonna camp at 3 a.m. Okay, and wait with my bow and arrow, camouflage like a mug, and just wait. And I'm gonna wait like a sniper. I'm gonna wait for these freaking pigs to come out there, and I'm gonna and easy money. Matt, bro, I'm telling you, Matt is so good with the bow and arrow. It's easy for Matt to be like, "Nah, I'm gonna pass that up because I'm gonna pass up your fishes because I know eventually I'm gonna get this pig and we about to eat nice, right?" So for Matt, now if it was anybody else, I'll be like, "Hey, bro, you better take that fish because because I don't know when you're gonna eat again." Like, you know what I mean? So anyway, that happened, man. So Jermaine, Chinny, they left. They went to go get some fish, and they did pretty good. They went to a little fishing hole, and they found a whole bunch of fish, man. You know what I mean? And they were looking pretty nice, right? And this is when the group of Trish, Suzanne, and Jamie end up coming to their fishing site, right? And yeah, let's just say let's just say they wasn't too pleased uh, with with their stolen fishing lines. Okay, they were fishing, gathering fish with their stolen fishing lines. So Trish, Suzanne, and Jamie was looking at them like, look at them over there cheering, hollering, celebrating that they're getting fish with our fishing lines. Hey, look, I was like, bro, when I saw that, I was like this. I was like, hold on, Patrick went over to your campsite and just stole your fishing lines, right? So I'm like this, do the same thing. I'm sorry, I'm doing the same thing at night. Okay, when they all sleep, I'm going over to their site and I'm taking my stuff back. Simple as that. If it's that easy to just take somebody's stuff, bro, I'm doing it all day. I'm taking my fishing lines back, bro. I'm sorry. I'm no. To be honest, you wouldn't have got it in the first place. But but since you did, I'm going over to your campsite just like you did us. I'm going to your campsite and I'm taking my stuff back. Simple. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's just the way it go. You know what I mean? So anyway, that they weren't too pleased. And again, Suzanne and Trish, bro, I told y'all these two people, Trish at your top left and Suzanne at your bottom right. For some reason, they just do not get along, man. So they still fighting. They still fighting amongst each other. Why? This again, stupid stuff. Again, I told y'all the drama group. Okay, the drama group, right? So it is what it is. But so that happened, and then so the next day, okay, I don't think I'm leaving I don't think I'm leaving anything out. The next day, uh challenge day, right? Now, now we're at the end of the show. Okay. So challenge day. The very next day. Now they didn't show the challenge. Obviously, they're gonna wait till the next episode to show the challenge. But uh, next challenge is going to be an elimination challenge. So somebody else is going home. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait for the next episode, man. It's about to be great. I can't, bro. The next episode of Naked and Afraid, Last One Standing, man. I cannot wait for it, bro. Because you know, elimination challenges. Man, I just sometimes I hate them, but they be good, man. They be good because I sometimes I hate them because I'm like, man, I hope one of the contestants that I like don't get sent home, right? You know what I mean? So I hope it doesn't. But I hope that like for I told y'all, Matt. I want to see Matt keep going. Matt, Laura, Max. I want to see them three keep going, man. Darren is good too at the bottom of your screen. Darren's good. I want to see him keep going. For me, that's pretty much it. My wife likes Kayla. I'm not really a fan of Kayla. I'm not really a fan of Kayla, but but Kayla's okay. But those three, I don't want those three for sure. Laura, Max, Matt. I'm sorry, those four. Laura, Max, Matt, and Darren. I don't want to see the game. I don't want to see the game eliminated, man. Those contestants are really really good at what they do, and I don't want to see them get eliminated. So hopefully this next episode, uh, somebody gonna get eliminated. Hopefully it's not them four. You know what I mean? I did like Kai. Like I told you guys, Kai was really, really good. I told you guys last episode I thought Kai was gonna be in top three. So I did like Kai, but unfortunately she got medically tapped out, man. And so that's why I'm kind of like, damn, I like Kai. She's good, man. She's really, really good, man. So um, that's it, man. Hey, great episode. I cannot wait for next week, man. It's about to be, man. This next week about to be really, really good, man. I can't wait to next week. Yeah, here we go. Oh, here we go. The disrespect for Kayla is blasphemous. I'm sorry. Kayla's just. I'm sorry, Kayla. I told you guys she's like an undercover. She's like undercover, just good. She's good, just undercover. Like she don't stand out as one of the all stars, man. But she's just undercover good. But you know what? I will say this, and we said me and my wife. By the way, that is my wife right there. But anyway, I will say this though, and me and my wife talked about this. When it comes down to that's the group of Kayla, Kai, and Darren. No more Kai now. Kai is gone. So Kayla and Darren, that group is really really good at crafting. Okay, so and when it comes down to building things, like whatever it is, they gotta build a ladder or build like a tiki torch, or they gotta build a rope, or they gotta build a freaking a bowl, whatever they gotta build a bowl, whatever they gotta build. They're really good at crafting. The only thing is that they're slow at it. And in these challenges, you gotta be good at crafting, and you gotta be fast because you gotta be number one. They're not fast at it, but just like I told you guys with like for example with Patrick, he was fast, but his crafting is not that good, right? So that's why with Patrick, when he went to go get the rope, he did his vine really really fast. He tied his vine together, went over there trying to get the rope out, right? And what happened? His vine broke because it was too thin. He crafted really fast, but his craft sucks, right? Opposite with Kayla and Darren, their craft, they're going to be really really good. But they when they're done, they're not going to have to go back and fix anything. That's how good their crafting is, right? The problem is that they're slow, right? So that's why I said the perfect group, man. Matt, Laura, and Max are the perfect group. That because they're not only good at crafting, but they're also fast at it. That's why they're the perfect group. I tell you, once I saw Matt go into the group of Max and Laura, I was like, oh, bro, that's it. That's it. You're, how are you gonna beat that group? You got a group of all stars. Matt, Laura, and Max are a group of all stars, so they're gonna win a lot of challenges. So I don't think they're gonna lose a lot. And of course, it showed in this episode, man, where they won two items: the bow and arrow and the rope. It showed, man. They're just really really good. So that you got to have a combination of both. You got to be really really good at crafting, and you got to be fast at it. And like I told you, the group right there of Trish, Jamie, Suzanne, they're not going to win a lot of challenges, man, because they just got too much internal drama. That's their problem. Okay. Kayla and Darren, they'll probably win a couple, but again, they got to be faster. They're too slow. They're too slow. Patrick, Cheney, and Jermaine, that group right there, man, they they they're probably gonna win. They're probably gonna win some challenges, bro. But it's not gonna be. I don't see them winning a lot. I think when it comes down to especially Patrick, he's just gonna steal some stuff. That's all that is. He's just gonna steal. So that they'll get their they're gonna get their items from Patrick's just stealing. They that's just that's all it is, bro. So anyway, anyway, that's it for me. I appreciate everybody joining me on Rated R for reviews, man. Again, small channel right now, man, but don't worry, we will grow. I've grown two channels so far. One of them over 30,000 subs, the other one over 10,000 subs, bro. I've grown two channels. I will grow this one. Okay, so hit that subscribe button. Okay, hit that like button. Okay, and again, like I said, if you want to come on the show, just hit the link. If you watch this show just like I do, okay, let me know that you want to come on the show. You don't have to show your face. Okay, just make sure your mic is unmuted. Just you can just turn off your camera. Okay, you can come on the show, man. Again, I told you guys don't have to stay in the chat. That's the good thing about this show. I know there's a lot of shows out there where you watch the video or whatever and you comment in the live chat, or you comment somewhere else after the video is done and you comment, but it's only so much characters you can put in the comments, right? Well, on this show, you can come on the show. Okay, you can come on the show, man, and give your take and give your opinion, and we can talk. We will talk about amongst each other, man. It's a lot of fun, bro. A lot of entertainment, man. So we talking and we talk about Naked and Afraid, last one standing. Again, we're going live again for tomorrow for The Last of Us, the last episode, the season finale of The Last of Us. We're going live tomorrow. So come back tomorrow. It's going to be a group of us too. It's going to be more people. Normally it's about 4 or 5 of us. So tomorrow it's going to be a group of us, about 4 or 5 of us talking about The Last of Us, Last of Us season finale, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So come back tomorrow. Hit that like button, subscribe, man, and I'm out.